Mom, I'm getting married soon. I'm getting married to the man I've been dating. What? Marriage? Mia, you're dating someone? Of course I have someone. He's the same age as me, and he's really handsome. Congratulations on your marriage, Mia. I always thought my daughter would get married one day, but it's very emotional to see it come true. When are you going to get married? Will there be a wedding? I plan to get married as soon as possible. I'm planning to have the wedding by the end of this year. I've always dreamed of seeing you in a wedding dress. That's why I've been working so hard to raise you, so I'm very happy. I will support you with the money even though it's not much, so please make a wonderful wedding. But before the wedding, I have to greet him first, right? I was so excited that I skipped over it. Oh, please don't mind the greeting. I'm not bringing him to my house. What? I can't bring him to the shitty apartment. Besides, I told him that I don't get along with Mom and that he doesn't need to see you before the wedding. As long as you're at the wedding, that's all that matters. Wait, what do you mean? I mean, it's an old apartment, but it's clean and normal. And what is it about us that you and I don't get along? Why are you lying to him like that? What? What lie? I don't know what you think of me, but I hate you. We don't get along at all. What? I didn't even want to invite you to the wedding, but he convinced me that it was a bad idea. That's why I'm inviting you, who I hate so much. You should be grateful to him for that. Hey, Mia, what's wrong all of a sudden? What did I do to make you say you hate me so much? I raised you with such care all this time. Why do you hate me so much? Shut up, you old hag. You have no right to celebrate me. I've been miserable my whole life because of my poor motherhood. I hate mothers who give their daughters a hard time. I beg your pardon? You know what? Don't say a word at our wedding. I don't want you to ruin my wedding. I don't want you to talk to him or his parents or anyone. You can just sit there like an ornament. Hey, really, what's the matter with you? I don't understand why you resent me like this. And what's with the poor single-parent family? I don't know what was so poor about us. I never gave you a hard time even though I'm a single mother. Huh? You didn't let me study abroad. And you didn't take me on a Hawaii trip every year. That's exactly what I meant. We are poor. What? A trip to Hawaii? And studying abroad? Where the hell did you get that idea? My fiancé told me. He told me how I was forced to live in poverty by you. What? The man I'm marrying is the only son of a rich man. His parents own a company and he's going to take over the company. Oh, really? Is that so? He's working for another company now, studying business and management. That's where he met me and we started dating. But every day since we started dating has been hard. He showed me how poor I was. Every time I met him, I hated you more. What? We'd talk about high school and he'd say he studied abroad. And when we talk about New Year's holidays, he said his family goes to Hawaii every year. I was always embarrassed because everything was so different from ours. Of course, if you compare us to such a rich family, we will look poor. But we are a very average family. I work very hard and we could afford things. We couldn't afford to go to Hawaii, but we took a trip within the country every year. We ordered fancy meals for parties and enjoyed it. That is not enough for me. His family takes a trip within the country every month. He said they have their own chef who cooks a course meal in front of them when they throw parties. Compared to this, my family is a very poor family. We are poor because you're a single mother. Oh God. If only I had a father. If we weren't a single mother, I wouldn't be so miserable. I've been suffering because of your divorce. No, it's the opposite. You would have had a harder time if he had been here. I've been telling you all along that divorce was for your own good. What? Your father gambled and spent money like a madman. He spent all his money on gambling every month. That's why I divorced him, to protect you. If I hadn't decided to divorce him, we'd be living on the bottom of the pyramid. Don't you dare tell that stupid lie. If you hadn't divorced him, we'd be living the best life we could. He's a successful man now. What? You're not in touch with him since the divorce. Well, let me tell you, he's a business owner now. Not as wealthy as my fiancé's family, but wealthy enough. That man. More importantly, how do you know about that? Don't tell me you've been in touch with him. I heard that company executives are often very well informed. So somewhere along the way, he found out I was dating the president's son. That's why he contacted me. Do you meet him in person? My dad is amazing. He takes me to fancy restaurant that requires a dress code. And he orders smartly and gives me gifts. Unlike you, he's the best father ever. Oh no. Everyone has a gambling phase, but it's married couple that stick together during such times. But you took me away and divorced him. If you hadn't divorced him, my life would have been different. At least if my father had taken me in, I wouldn't be living in poverty. My life is ruined because of you. No. Now please, just stay quiet at the wedding, okay? Hey Mia, what the hell was that speech today? I've never heard of anyone declaring their insulation in a letter to their mother in front of everyone. You were great for keeping your promise and being so quiet. But since that's the way it's going to be, don't show up in front of me. Your relationship with me is over as of today. That doesn't explain anything. I found out the other day that you have a grudge against me. But why would you say that you're not seeing me? And to say such a horrible thing in front of so many people. I don't understand why it's so horrible. I only told the truth. I couldn't study abroad. I couldn't even study as much as I wanted to. While everyone else was hanging out after school, I was the only one with a part-time job. And my mother would take all the money I made from work. Life with my mother was hell because we were so poor. It's only natural that a daughter would disown a mother like that. Huh? You would give up on me if I announced it in front of that many people, right? Even if I told you directly that I'm cutting ties with you, I don't think you'd go along with me so easily. That's why you made such a terrible speech in front of all those people? You have no idea how hard I've been working. Don't make up stories like that. Huh? You've never even wanted to go on an overseas trip. Your grades were so bad that you were excluded from the study abroad program in the first place. That's because of my part-time job. Because we were too poor, I had to work part-time, and that's why I didn't have time to study. That's not true. It's because you used $5,000 on your phone. I told you to be careful how you spend it. That's why I paid for it and demanded you to pay me back. A high school student is almost an adult. I told you that you should be responsible for your own actions. You made it sound like I confiscated it to pay for my living expenses. Confiscation is confiscation no matter what the circumstances. A normal parent would forgive you after apologizing for charging $5,000. But the only reason you didn't forgive me and order me to repay the money is because we are a poor single mother family. When I told my dad about it, he said he felt sorry for me. He said if I'd been there with him, he would have paid it all. You're talking about him again. Anyway, I'm done with you as of today. I can't believe I was born into a poor single-parent family. I'm not going to take care of you in your old age, and you're never going to see me again. Are you sure about that? Of course I'm sure, you old hag. You're nothing but a burden to me. You call your only parent a burden. I do have a father. If anything, I'm meeting my dad again tomorrow. He's going to give me a wedding gift. I wonder what he's going to give me. Maybe a fancy car. Or maybe it's an IOU. If you married into a rich family, he's going to ask for a loan. I'm sure he'll ask for it. Huh? Tell him if you see him tomorrow that you ran away without paying child support, and now you're trying to take advantage of your daughter like that. Wait a minute. My dad would never give me an IOU, and there's no way he'd borrow money from me. He's a CEO now. He got more money than he knows what to do with. Or maybe he's just a CEO in name. Well then, I'll cut off all ties as you wish, and you'll never see me again. I wish you all the best. Help me! I went to see my dad and there were scary people next to him. And, you know, he suddenly started explaining about Dad's debt. He said I should pay all his debts, which totaled $200,000. Oh my, what a crazy wedding present. I never thought he would give you the gift of debt. What part of this is a gift? I mean, what do you mean $200,000 in debt? What the hell is going on? Didn't the debt collector explain that to you? I was so scared that I couldn't hear what they were saying at all. Anyway, I just ran to the bathroom in a panic. Hey, what kind of situation is this? I only know rumors. I heard that your father's company is a pretty shady one. They force people to buy beds for a very high price. The sales were good for a while, but they didn't last long. And now the company is on the verge of bankruptcy. I heard they were in a lot of debt. You're kidding, right? But until recently, he's been taking me to the finest restaurants. He even gave me expensive gifts. I can't believe my father's company is on the verge of bankruptcy. If you think about it objectively, the timing of his approach is odd. He contacted you as soon as you started dating the president's son. Maybe he approached you for money from the beginning. Oh no! What should I do, Mom? I want to get out of here right now. Please come and help me. I'm sorry, but I promised myself I'd never see you again. I can't help you, so you're on your own. What? I really feel bad for you for having such shitty parents. But you have a wonderful husband now. He might be able to take care of your father's debt. Or at least introduce you to a lawyer who can pay off the people you're afraid of. If I could ask such a thing, I would. But I'm not in a position to say that right now. He called me just now and he says he wants to divorce me. What? Divorce? You just got married yesterday, right? It seems like the speech I made yesterday bothered him and his parents. And they wanted to know if I really had been living in hell. They found out about my grades, my bills, everything. He said, "She's a good mother. You're crazy to cut tie with someone like that." He said he couldn't stay married to me. Oh my. When you find out about your father's debt and then the divorce, it's been a bit of a bumpy ride. Please, Mom, help me. I don't want to pay his debt, and I don't want a divorce. There's nothing I can do about it. You're the one who said you want to cut ties with me. Don't you dare ask me for my help. Thank you for yesterday. I'm Anna, mother of the groom. Hi, I'm Mia's mother. Well, she insulated me yesterday though. About that. It's a very terrible story, isn't it? I looked into it because I thought it was suspicious, but it's not your fault. I can't believe she would declare the insulation on such an occasion. My daughter just told me the details. I understand that he is considering divorcing my daughter. I'm sorry for making such a selfish request the day after the wedding. But honestly, I can't stand the thought of my precious son's wife being a woman like that. I hope you understand. No, it's completely fine. That's what she's done. But why did you find her speech suspicious? I thought you believed her speech. We're both mothers. I could see in your face how much love you had for your child. And I didn't tell her, but her father has been bothering us for some time. What? What do you mean by that? Well, right after the engagement, a man claiming to be her father came to our house. And he said, "You're going to marry off my precious daughter," and asked for money. You're kidding. He did such a shameful thing? Of course I refused. And obviously we had no intention of quitting the marriage because of that. Rather, the whole family was united to protect her from her father. And yet that speech at the wedding. Both my son and husband lost all affection for her in an instant. So that's what happened. Even though I have broken up, I'm still so sorry for my ex-husband and daughter. That's not something you should apologize for. You're divorced and insulated. You're strangers to each other. You should be happy that you're free from them. I know it's naughty of me, but please enjoy the rest of your life. Thank you very much. I feel like all my hard work has paid off. Oh my God, Mom. I really am divorced. No matter how I tried to convince him, he and his parents were so cold. They said they can't trust me and that we can't be a family. They said they couldn't live with someone like me and they filed for divorce. So you're divorced from today. You have the same title as me, which you hate. You don't have to be so sarcastic. I went back to your house. Why won't you let me in? Please don't be mean and let me in the house. Oh my God, are you still coming to my apartment? I'm sorry, but I already moved out. I'm not there. You moved out? Because you and I are insulated. I don't have a daughter anymore. I'm a lonely and single person. But I have a lot of memories of you in that room. So I took the chance and moved out. I thought I'd make a fresh start and enjoy living on my own. Well, if that's the case, why don't you just tell me? I'm on my way there now. Give me your address. What? Why would I tell a stranger? I don't want to live with you at all. What? We're insulated, so of course. You're not my daughter anymore. You're just a stranger. I would never give out important personal information to someone like that. Oh no, wait. I'm divorced. I've been evicted from my home, and I have nowhere to go. Your little girl is in trouble and you won't help me? I don't have a little girl anymore, but you have a father to rely on. Having 200K in debt is in a way amazing. He is still alive and that means he has extraordinary vitality. I bet you'd be better off living with someone like that in your time of need. Definitely not a good idea. I will be caught up in a life of debt collectors. But you chose that father over your mother who raised you for so many years. Well then, take care, Mia. I'm going to enjoy my free and happy second life starting today. After that, Mia thought that maybe the debt collector from her father would come to her place too, so she quit her job and disappeared somewhere. But no matter where she goes, her father seems to appear and tell her, "Can't you even be a gold digger after the divorce? Then work for me as my daughter." And she keeps running away from him. And because of this, Mia's friends are saying, "I heard that she was hiding a tremendous debt. I heard that she got divorced and is now being chased by debt collectors." They are getting more and more distant from each other. By the way, I am enjoying my single life quite happily. It was tough being a single mother, but compared to that, living alone is very easy.